What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and it is time for another HPJ podcast. Hit that music, maestro. All right, well, hello everyone. HPJ here. Welcome to another edition of the HPJ podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you guys by, well, yours truly. And guys, happy anniversary to Pokemon's Red and Green. These are the official games that were released 28 years ago to celebrate the Pokemon franchise and the Pokemon series. Because unfortunately, Game Freak doesn't know what that is because they don't think their fans want Pokemon for Virtual Console outside of Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. That's right, y'all. I threw some shade, and I can't wait to throw some more nice shade. So, for those who don't know, this podcast is being recorded the same day as the Pokemon Presents for February 27th of 2024, stating that yes, it is officially 28 days since we were introduced to the Pokemon series. For those who don't know, and that's many of you, because many of you youngins, you don't know, Pokemon, the franchise itself, has been a massive following for just the entire, just the franchise itself is just, yeah, it's Pokemon. And today we're going to be talking about Pokemon. We're going to be doing today's podcast for straight Pokemon. I have Pokemon music playing in the background. I had to do like 15 different changes because I didn't want no copyright music in my background. So there's no vocals. It's just strictly Pokemon music from the Pokemon franchise. So you're going to hear Pokemon music for generations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 9. I do need to add some more music to this because I believe there's a lot of music that's missing from this because I haven't moved a lot of it from my phone to my laptop. And we're actually listening to a lot of it off of my laptop right now. So, yay! So, today's presentation, Pokemon Presents, was very short. It was like 25 minutes. No, it was like 20 minutes. At most 25. And basically, it was just as mid to low tier as the Nintendo Direct last week. And I am saying that because I was very unhappy with how everything panned out. For those who don't know, the Pokemon Direct, the Pokemon Presents, was basically just here's what's going on currently, and then at the end of it, the last presentation was Pokemon Legends Z to A, which from what it looks like, we're going to be doing a digital conversion of the Pokemon world for the city, or for the Kalos region, and it's going to focus on Zygarde, because Zygarde was the third Pokemon in the trio for the Legends that were in Pokemon X and Y, that's Generation 6. And those are the games that were for Generation 6. Generation 6 had X and Y. Evotile, Xerneas, and Zygarde. So Pokemon of X, Pokemon of Y, Pokemon of Z. To be very fair, and I'm going to be very 100% honest, this is the weakest Pokemon Direct I've ever experienced in my life. And that's saying a lot. It is very much saying a lot. I was expecting more from Pokemon Company because everyone knows that virtual consoles are out. I was one of the many hopeful who said I want virtual console release of Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow. You know, all the Pokemon games that were for the Game Boy, from the Game Boy to the Game Boy Advance, which is a big library. Especially considering the fact that, well, 2 of the Pokemon Stadium games are actually on the virtual console for the Switch. So, a lot of people were like that, including myself. And I was just very disappointed with how things were happening. Because, of course, we got Terra Raids, we got Pokemon Cafe stuff, Pokemon Go stuff. the Pokemon trading card game Pocket, which is supposed to be released sometime this year, from the guys who helped with the Pokemon Masters game, and they work on the Pokemon Masters game. They're working on the Pokemon card game, which, yeah, there's a lot of just mid to low tier shit, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, this is not what I came here for. Like, if you're gonna give me a game, give me a game. I've never played Legends Arceus. I have no intention of playing Legends Arceus. I still don't have any intention of buying Legends Arceus, because for those who don't know, Legends Arceus, basically there's nothing that it kills to in the main game, because all the Pokemon are in Legends Arceus except being in Scarlet Violet. So thank you, DLC. And it was really just like, I'm really not going to play another 60 plus hour Pokemon game to, you guys want to know what you get? Because spoilers, if you beat Legends Arceus, in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, you're awarded the flute that allows you to summon Arceus like you would have if you were playing the games from the original Gen 4. They were dumbing out of the American version. Why? I don't know, ask Game Freak. But yeah, because of that scenario, excuse me, I just cut all ties with Gen 4. I mean, with trying to really focus on Pokemon game at this point, because it's like, well, I ain't getting what I want, so I guess I'm a little salty, keywords, salty about the whole situation, which I am, because I'm a Pokemon fan that was really hoping that finally we would get the connectivity situation between Generation 1 and 2 settled, and we'll be able to play the Gen 1 games on the Switch. You know, there isn't really much of a way to do it because, well, the eShop for the Game Boy Advance, I mean, the eShop stuff is, well, kind of in the shitstorm right now. So it sucks that, yeah, we can't play what we were hoping for. And a lot of people, I'm sure, just like myself, were very unhappy when we found out what was going on with Gen 4. Not Gen 4, but with the Pokemon games for Generations 1, 2, and 3 not being placed on the Virtual Console. And it sucks. It really does suck, and I'm really upset about it. I'm sure many of you are just as upset as I am. Will this mean that I will be giving the Pokemon Legends games a look at? No. I have no intention of playing them. I have no intent of buying them. I have really just no intent on dealing with either of the games at all. I had no interest in them when they were released, because everyone was like, oh, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and then like they incorporated so much of those games into what became Pokemon Generation 9, which was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which I believe came out, which was announced was literally announced that same year. And I was just like, oh, so you're gonna have two Pokemon games coming out at the same time. And it's like, yeah, they're gonna have the B team work on one game, the A team's gonna work on the other, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I was just like, okay. Am I excited? No. Do I have any interest in it? No. Like, everyone else is like, oh, we're so excited. Like, yeah, that's cute. You guys have it. I don't really have an interest in it. You know, if this is what you guys want, you guys have it. Go for it, enjoy it. I'm not gonna ruin it for you guys, because it's what you guys want. For me, I am going to do my own thing with Pokemon. I have my own section of things that I'm going to be focusing on when it comes to it. So, yeah, that's how I just want to incorporate it. Because I do want to do my Pokemon retrospective, which probably is going to be like this. They're probably going to be like podcast-esque, and I'm going to have the various different groups on there. Like, this is, you know, this is Gen 1. I talk about everything in Generation 1. Then there's Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, and yes, I will incorporate remakes and stuff like that as well, because why not? But yeah, I'm sorry. It's just, I was very disappointed with the Pokemon Presents today. I wasn't thrilled. There wasn't anything. Oh, this is Pootopolis City from Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Anyway, so yeah, I will not be. Literally will not have anything to do with the Pokemon. With those Pokemon games. But if you guys enjoy them, go ahead. I'm not gonna be a spoil sport and ruin it for you guys that are going to be interested in playing. So yeah, that's pretty much my big take on it. Like everything else, pretty much was just, there's all these things are going to be added to current games that are out. Miraidon is going to be added to Pokemon Unite, which is Pokemon League of Legends. Then we're going to have the Gen 9 starters plus Miraidon in was it Koraidon, the Generation 9 legendaries. Both of them are going to be in the Pokemon Cafe game. Pokemon Go is going to have Generation 9 stuff as well. I think the event has just started. Scarlet and Violet have Terra Raids for 7-star Terra Raids for Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. I have to look at Austin John's Twitter, not Twitter. I mean, yeah, it's Twitter too. But I'm gonna look at Austin John's Austin John's channel, because he's going to talk about the Terra Raids and how to build Terra Raids. The only one I know for a fact is like returning automatically is Charizard, because this is the same Charizard, the 7-star Charizard that they started off with for the 7-star Terra Raids. And for those who don't know how to do Terra Raids, you have to complete the main game. Yeah, and you have to complete the main stories, all 3 stories, then do post-game stories, and then hold on. Okay, then you have to do the little trial quest thingy. Once you do that, you then go into because you do a little tournament thing, you battle your rival and stuff, and then you battle Gita, you win, then you become a Pokemon champion. Then from there, you have to do 5 and 6-star Terra Star raids. You gotta go talk to the professor guy. I can't remember. It's not Professor I don't know. It's not Professor Turno or Professor Sadara. It's the professor that you talk to for your Pokedex. He's the one that you talk to. And he tells you to come speak to him. He says there's 5 and 6-star Terra raids. I think he had like 20 or so of the Terra raids. The 5 and 6 stars aren't bad. It's the 7 stars and stuff that you have to work really hard for. So once you do that, you'll start getting 7-star Terra raids, and you're able to do the 7-star Terra raids. They are very, very hard. They are noted as the mightiest marks. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do when you're battling them, so do be careful. One of the things that I can honestly recommend is do look up various builds for Pokemon so that you can take on these 7-star Terra raids. Some of them are easier than others. One of my biggest examples is I think the Mewtwo Terra raid, which unfortunately was time locked, so you can't get the Mewtwo one. Or the free Mew, sadly, if you're playing Pokemon games now. But what I can seriously say is that everyone used Bug Terra-type Mew to take on Mewtwo, because that was how you were able to beat Mewtwo. It was like they recommended you, they were like, you have to play as Mew to take on Mewtwo. Like, you didn't really have to, but you were playing Mew because you got bonus stuff on it as well. And Bug, I think that was the best type, because Psychic is weak to Bug, Dark, Ghost. So I believe Mewtwo had checks for each of those. For Dark, it was Aura Spear. For Ghost, it was Shadow Ball. And I don't think it had anything to check Bug, but if you played your stats right with Mew, you were able to deal with a lot of those movesets. So, and it did have Ice Beam. That was a random one. I think it was like Ice Beam. It was Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Side Strike, and Calm Mind. And it had like different areas in which during the Terra raid, like at certain percentages, it would drop a shield or it would drop a debuff, or it'll drop a buff on itself and a nullifier and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do with Terra Raids, because guess what? That's what 7-star Terra Raids are going to do. If you don't have a good team up, or you don't have a good setup on your Pokemon, and I do recommend this, your Pokemon must be level 100 in order for you to take on a lot of this 7-star, all the 7-star Terra Raids. You have a level 7, level 100 Pokemon. There are a lot of Pokemon builds you can use for Terra Raids, because I use a lot of them. I do suggest also the St. John as one. Highly recommend his channel. If you guys don't know, please go check him out, because he's a really cool content creator. He does a lot of video game stuff. I recently got into watching his stuff because I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and he helped me get a lot of stuff in Tears of the Kingdom. So definitely do check out his channel. I highly recommend it. But if you want fun shenanigans, you always watch Tom Fox, because Tom Fox did our Pokemon stuff for the main games and stuff. Yeah, go ahead and check out Tom. And tell Tom Fox I sent you. Alright, so with that, let's move on to some more stuff. So, more Pokemon related stuff. I think it was pretty much about it. It was a very short Pokemon present. I really didn't have many positive things to say about it, so I'm just gonna put that out there. I am questioning though if I want to go ahead and focus on which I don't Cerulean City. Oh, okay, so I did have some updates. Okay, and that's Burbank. I don't like this version of Burbank. There we go. I can talk about that because we're talking about Pokemon related stuff. So the song you're hearing right now is the gym leaders area for Burbank City. There are two versions of it. In the Japanese version, Roxy, or Homura, as she's known in the Japanese version, her and her band are remixing the Pokemon Gym theme for Generation 5. The remix of it in her gym, because every gym is unique in Generation 5 when it comes to the music that's in it. So for the Black 2 White 2 Burbank City Gym, if you're playing the Japanese version, you hear Dogarax, D-O-G-A-R-S, which is the name for the Kanto Pokemon, Coughing. Yeah, that is his Japanese name, Dogarax. And if you don't know what Weezing's name is, it's Mega Dogarax. And the name is Belonging Dogarax. Now, those are the names that are translated for Coughing. We, in the international versions, got Pokemon. 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 Yeah, that is literally her spelling out Pokemon. I don't care for the American version. I prefer the Japanese version. And what's even better is her ace in one of her main Pokemon in the anime and in the actual video game is she's rocking a Weezing. She's rocking it. Well, when you battle her first off, she's your second gym leader. She's rocking Coughing on her team. I think it's Coughing and a Grimer. In the anime, she has a Coughing. She battles Ash with a Coughing and a Garbodor. I think the Coughing knows Gyro Ball, the ability is Levitate, it's Gyro Ball, Sledge, Poison Gas, and I forget what the other moves is, but it's not too many moves on the Garbodor. But as far as the Garbodor goes, I know it has Gunshot, Sledge, Power Whip, or I think it has Power Whip or Wrap. I can't remember the moveset off of hand, but for the most part, yeah, it's Pokemon that you're like, really guys? You didn't want her to chant the name, but you wanted her to chant, okay, sure, whatever. But no, yeah, I love Dogarax. I love the Burbank City Gym in the Japanese version, it's way better. And I think once you defeat her, you leave the gym, then you go back in. When you actually walk into the gym, you hear them playing the theme. When you open the doors, you hear the thing fully, and if you talk to the NPCs around, before you talk to the actual gym trainers, who are her band members, yes, her guitarist and her drummer, her keyboardist and her drummer are her gym leaders, her gym trainers, it's really cool. I love what Generation 5 did for Pokemon in terms of like just incorporating so much and giving more life to the gym leaders outside of what they did. The earlier generations tried to do it, but for the most part, like Generation 1 just really tried to make them like mini bosses. Like kind of like bosses of the area or bosses you get to progress the stories and stuff. While Generation 5 years later really tried to incorporate more of the story to the actual game. Like if you look at Generation 1, you have Brock, Misty, Surge, Erica, Koga, Sabrina, Blaine, and Gemma. Where in Generation 5, depending on if you're playing Black or White or Black and White or Black and White 2, and you're Black and White, the original, you're facing the Striton trio, which is Silent, Chili, and Crest. Then it's Lenora, then it's Bird, then it's Elisa, then you have Clay, Clay is your next leader. Then you go on to Skyla, then it's Bird, is it Bird? Yeah, I think it's Bird. It's two birds. There's Bird like Iceberg, and then there's Bird like Bugbird. Yeah, because one of them was like the ice. I'll get to him a little bit more, but the ice gym leader. In Ice City, and then it's depending on which version you have. One version, if you're playing Black, I believe you face Iris, and if you're playing White, you face our boy Drayton. Or I think I might have a reverse. I think you face Drayton if you're playing White, and no, I think you face Iris if you're playing White, and if you're playing Black, you face Drayton. There we go. And then in Black and White 2. Silent becomes the first gym leader, Homer becomes the second gym leader, Marvin is now the 8th gym leader, and he's the water specialist. So each of them, in their own respects, the gyms change slightly different, but they all have their own unique things that they do. Silent is a Pokemon teacher, and he uses his gym to teach the students at the Pokemon school. Homura, or Roxy, she is the gym leader in the Burbank City, and she's a rock star. While her father is an inspiring movie, Pokestar. Then Bird in Castelia City, he's the artist. Lisa is a model. Clay runs a coal mine, a gem and coal mine. Then Skyla runs the airport, and she is an aviator. The Ice City Gym, hold on, because I can give you the name of Ice Serious Gym. Ice Serious Gym. Yeah, and its gym leader is Bryce. Okay. I said Bird, no. His name is Bryce. So Bryce is the Ice Serious gym leader. He's actually an actor. And he retires to become from gym leader to actor. That's why Drayton becomes the gym leader, 7th gym leader, in Black and White 2. And then him and Iris are the Dragon Masters, and they live in the Village of Dragons and tells the history behind the dragon legendary Pokemon of the universe. Marlin and Generation, and Marlin, the Homelau City gym leader. He's a swimmer. He's actually a relay swimmer in a former triathlon. Ooh, excuse me. So, as opposed to like Generation 1, where Brock's a kid that beats up people that are just now starting their journey. Misty's a tomboyish mermaid from Cerulean City. Surge is a retired army vet. Erica is a gossip who specializes in grass type Pokemon who lives in a garden. Koga is a ninja master. Blaine used to be is a scientist. They used to work in the Pokemon Mansion. Sabrina is an actual psychic, and then Giovanni's Mothman. Which I know, yes, that doesn't seem too pleasant, but I think with later iterations of the game, they did try to give more of, stories and stuff, which is what people wanted, because they changed a lot of it in Generation 3 when they did Fire Red and Leaf Green, because you got to hear a lot more about them. And even in was it Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you got to hear a lot more about the Kanto gym leaders, where you talk to people about the Kanto gym leaders. Like you heard, Erica was a big gossip, but she loves to design her gym into a garden, and she's a florist. She actually teaches people how to do flower arrangements. Although her gym is primarily women, 3 years later you start seeing male trainers, and then if you play Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, you actually see the male trainers. You actually see a male trainer, a boy. Well, they used to be called junior trainers, but now they're called campers. But a camper was actually in a male camper, little boy, was actually in the Celadon gym, and he's there to basically, he tells you like, oh yeah, they used to just be women, but I'm also a trainer here too, being taught by Erica on the studies of grass type Pokemon. So her gym isn't completely sexist, which I think they actually removed that in Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, because they didn't want like that whole creepy thing, because times have changed. Toko's a ninja master, and he actually uses a gimmick that his daughter Janine, who inherits his gym in Generation 2, she has everyone transform into her. And if you don't talk to the NPC in Pokemon, in the Pokemon Center in Fuchsia City, she will tell you, hey, I can dress up just like Janine, and that's a gimmick in the gym, is that people will dress up as her. So you have to battle the gym leader, each of the gym trainers, till you get to actual Janine. Most people get to Janine at maybe like the 3rd or 4th battle within the gym. So I think Pokemon Company were like, yeah, we can't have this for too long, but eventually we need you to battle Janine. Sabrina's a sidekick, but she's actually, funny enough, in Generation 5, she goes to PokeStar Studios, and she's actually a really good actress, and she pursues acting. Blaine, while retiring from his days as working for Team Rocket, Blaine himself actually specializes in game shows. He loves trivia, just like how it is in his gyms. And I believe in Generation and Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu for Gen 8. I guess we would say Gen 7, but between Gen 7 and Gen 8, they did the anniversary games for Pokemon Yellow, by the way, Let's Go Pikachu. Let's Go Pikachu was the one that you start with. Pikachu as your partner. Let's Go Eevee is the opposite. You are able to catch all 151 Pokemon. That's right, 151. They're not counting out Mew. And what's even funnier is that you can even get the Alolan forms of Pokemon in that game. In the Elite Four, when you rematch them, we'll have some of the Alolan Pokemon on the team. You can catch the Alolan Pokemon in your game, but it depends on which versions you have. Like, Let's Go Eevee will allow you to have Pikachu. No, will allow you to get the Alolan. I think it's either Alolan Meowth or Alolan. Yeah, Alolan Meowth. You can trade if you have enough of a Pokemon, you can trade one of your Pokemon over for a good Pokemon. You can constantly do that throughout the game. Like you can trade a Raichu for an Alolan Raichu. You can trade, I think it's Cantonian Persians Cantonian Meows for Alolan Meows. You can trade Raticates for Alolan Raticats for Alolan Raticat. I mean, regular Raticats from Kanto for Alolan ones. And that was basically like the precursors to know that in Generation 8, you can actually trade for some of the Kanto Pokemon. You can even do like a Cantonian Diglett for Alolan Diglett, because the Alolan Diglets look like the Hanson brothers, and they're sporting their new typing of brown steel, which is funny because it is said in the Pokedex that the hair that the Alolan Dugtrio have is actually they use their hair to feel the magnitude of the ground, while the Diglets, when they're in the Diglett, they use those to detect enemies and run away to safety. It's Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon, and I love every minute of it. But yeah, it's just like the changes of games later on with all the remakes. You would have thought they would do a remake of Gen 5 because that's what everyone was hyped for. Everyone's like, yeah, Gen 5 remake, Gen 5 remake. So it kind of looks like we won't have a Gen 5 remake. They're so focused on this Legends game because people were so happy for Legends. I honestly still don't see the appeal. It just never appealed to me. But if it appeals to you guys, it appeals to you guys. I want to be focusing on hopefully a virtual console release of my favorite games, which are from generations 1 to 3. Fingers crossed, maybe a Gen 4, but we have Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Maybe Heart Gold Silver. I would love that, but Heart Gold Silver port. Doubt it, but it's something I always wanted. You know, there's a lot of ports I would like, you know, porting the original Crash games, you know, Crash 1, 2, 3, Crash Bash, Crash CTR, you know, original Spyro games, 1, 2, and 3, SA1 and SA2 ports on my Switch, stuff like that. So good. Anyway, we're talking about Pokemon. We're not here to talk about angry things on Switch. Yeah, so while everything panned out today, like I said, it's Pokemon conversation. So let's talk about Pokemon. So you guys don't know, I was like many the 90s kids. Pokemon hit the craze. We got to watch the anime, and I think the games came out a few weeks later. So you were able to, you know, experience the massive phenomenon that is Pokemon. Pokemon, of course, is under Game Freak and Pocket Monster Production. Then from them, we got Red and Blue. We got Yellow a year later. I believe we got Pokemon Stadium, which is their Pokemon Stadium 2 in Japan. Because Pokemon Stadium 1 for Japan did not have all 150 Pokemon. I think it had like 130. So it was like missing a couple. And then they decided to, oh yeah, we need a Stadium 2. So Stadium 2 came out and it had all like the stuff for Pokemon. Then we got Gold and Silver. They got Gold and Silver, then we got Gold and Silver. Then we got Pokemon Stadium 2. I think right around the time Crystal came out, we got Pokemon Stadium 2. I love Pokemon Stadium 2 because I love Pokemon Stadium 2, especially the remix for the Kanto Gym Leaders in Pokemon Stadium 2. Oh, I love it. Oh, if I could play it, hold on, because I have it. I know I have it. For that's Gen 2, Gen 2. If I can find it, I definitely will play it for you guys, because I love it. Yeah, listen. There it goes. That is the Pokemon Stadium 2's remix of the Kanto Gym Leader battle. So if you guys ever want to hear the Kanto Gym Leaders, that is the remix they gave us for Gen 2 for Pokemon Stadium 2. And I love it. That is my favorite remix ever of the Kanto Gym Leader because it just, it starts off with that drum, the percussion start coming in, and it just gets that flute, that yeah, I love it. This is my favorite remix of the Kanto Gym, my official favorite remix of the Kanto Gym theme. So, how's this thing back? Oh, for the love of God. Okay, so, anyway, so, yeah, what is it for me? Oh. So, yeah, that is basically why I was very, like, hyped up. Because I thought we were going to get renamed. We didn't. We got different. So, yeah, sorry, hold on. Gotta get to your phone and get your another phone. Yeah, it is what it is. What's it on? Oh, I guess they wanted to tell me about the weather. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff that can be easily just looked at right now, and like I'm not even upset. I'm not even gonna lie. I was more so just like, oh, these are things that are happening. Well, alright, still certain things. So yeah, I originally started off my first Pokemon game with Pokemon Stadium because my mom had like 4 kids and she couldn't afford Game Boys. So she could afford 64. Well, actually, the 64 was a gift from my grandmother for Christmas. And we ended up basically just getting Pokemon Stadium. My mom bought Pokemon Stadium for me for my birthday. And that was the first Pokemon game I had. First official like handheld Pokemon game. I knew Pokemon Go on my trade, like what did you get first? Because why not? And then I believe from there I ended up my first game I bought for myself was I think Pokemon Red. I want to say it was Pokemon Red. It was probably it was Pokemon Red. And then from there I think I ended up going from Pokemon Red into Generation. But there's a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie. Like the different things for like the Pokemon stuff. Because I love Pokemon. I really do. I really love Pokemon. Like you cannot tell me anything else. I do love Pokemon. Okay, and yeah, we're gonna have this conversation. Pokemon versus Digimon. First of all, Pokemon and Digimon came out completely different years. And do I think that they're clones of each other? No. I love Pokemon with all my heart. I love Pokemon. I love Digimon just as much as I love Pokemon. And do I think that Pokemon is just... And do I think Digimon is ripping off Pokemon? No, not even remotely. Pokemon itself was literally... We're taking... Like, they're two different franchises. They're only... together because, this is a Pokemon franchise. This is a franchise that specializes in monster catching. Like, there are games that came out before both Pokemon and Digimon that focus on monster catching. It's not that serious, you guys. It's really not. So, yeah, that's why I was like, I guess this is a thing. And people were like, how do you feel about like Pokemon? How do you feel about Digimon? It's like, I like both. I rock with both. I don't have an issue with either. So, it's just like, okay, queens, y'all do y'all, right? So, yeah, I just like, I'm going to just, whichever one wants to rock with me, I rock with it. And I've been rocking with pretty much both. Like, I rock with Pokemon a lot longer. It's because I've always been a Pokemon fan. Like, my sister introduced me to Pokemon. Sister, for those who don't know, like, my big sister, when Pokemon was coming out, we were at, like, a Marine World. We were on a family vacation. We were actually on a vacation. And my sister, they were approaching everybody, like, Nintendo and Pokemon Company. They were going around, they were giving everybody free merch. And I was like, I want free merch. Well, no, my sister got it for us. And she's like, yeah, you guys, there's gonna be this new show, and it's gonna be coming out, and you guys should go watch it. So we ended up watching it. We loved it. We really did. We loved it. And I honestly have to say, I have been a Pokemon fan since then. And I love me some Pokemon. I love me some Pokemon. And, yeah, I really did. Like I said, I really did love Pokemon. I still, to this day, love Pokemon. I'm not paying $3 for Cypher/Harpie Lady. Oh no, we're not doing that. Sorry, I'm also, like, looking online right now. They want $4. Jesus. I guess I'll be getting 2 different sets of Harpie cards. Sorry, Perfuma from Battles of Legends Chapter 1, because she's in the set. One wants me to pay for Near Mint First Edition. They want me to pay $44. I'm paying, $4 for the first set. The other one wants me to pay almost $150? No, thank you. I think I'm good. But I got to get my Harpie stuff separately. But yeah, the Battles of Legends stuff is out. And then there's another Battles of Legends coming out literally in like months. But you know, I wanted this because of the fact that they're reprinting Cyber/Harpie Lady, and they reprinted Cyber/Harpie Lady got reprinted, and well, I mean, I have enough perfume. Can I ever go wrong? I think she's ultra in this set too. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, because there's like a cheap one right here. I said. Anyway, so yeah, so that was my first Pokemon game, and then right after that, I've been rocking with the series since. And I didn't feel like many people know, like even when like I was doing the whole move thing, I was still able to. I got my first job. My first official job as an adult, yeah, with benefits, and I was able to get Pokemon. I got. Did I play Golden Silver? Yeah, so, no, I joined right in at the right time to get Pokemon stuff. So uh, yeah, I was able to get all my Pokemon stuff with ease. So I got right back into it after Gen 6 because Gen 5. What did I do for Gen 5? I emulated for Gen 5. You know, it was hard to get a lot of my Pokemon back over because there's like some issues with emulation and then like the Pokemon stuff. Like they were really like Pokemon team was really cracking down on it. It's like, yeah, we know you guys hacked your games, but we're not gonna let you just move over Pokemon. So it took a while for me to move a lot of my Pokemon because some of them were hacked. And I think I ended up just eventually getting what I needed and then just moving back. But, yes. Other than that, like, what was it? Um, sorry, I'm like all over this. But yeah, like basically once all that happened, and just that, yeah, everything was pretty much fine. Um, yeah, and I played Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7, and Gen 8 and 9. Like, I was able to play everything. I basically, if I haven't emulated it, most of the stuff I've played. So, Jesus Christ, why did this give me issues? I think this shows I don't. I find cheaper Cyber/Harpie. Oh, yeah. Because the original one did. No, they're not that one. The original Battle Dragons of Legend is like. So it's just so like the root is separate. So which one do you think is cuter? Okay. Oh, that is the cheapest I can get? No, this one right here is like $2. Which one is it for like backward? I know it's from Cali. I can get this for $2. So, what? $2.60? And I want 4? Sorry guys, I have to do this because I want Cyber/Harpie really bad. And I gotta pay for this thing shit, man. I think I have some like in my trunk for $13? $13. I'm just getting 3 perfume and then 4 Cyber Slash. You know, I already have the stuff. I want one for my phone case. Don't judge me. Ooh, and Gary Mine. Because that was the thing I don't have. I don't have, Gary Mine from Exceed. Oh, I might need a Jensen. Oh, yes. Gary Mine. Rugamon. Rugamon. I know, right? No, this is Exceed. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that for like the Pokemon series I was really into. I played the Pokemon trading card game. What else? I played a lot of stuff. I played the Pokemon trading card game. I played both of the stadium games. I officially can say I played both of the stadium. I mean, I didn't play off the emulator, but still played Pokemon Stadium games. Then I got to play Pokemon Stadium games. I played the Yu-Gi. No, I said Yu-Gi-Oh. I did play Yu-Gi-Oh, but I played the Pokemon games. I played the yeah, it's like I said, I played a lot of the Pokemon stuff when I was growing up. I didn't play the Pokemon trading card game until I was in my teenage years, which is okay. It's not bad. It's not good. It's kind of one of those things, just like Yu-Gi-Oh kind of just was just the better card game for me. So then, what was it? It was that. It was. I'm trying to think. It was a lot of stuff that just panned out. Let's see. Yeah, because it was Pokemon Stadium Store. I did it. Oh my gosh, I'm like reading this. Oh, that's the Gen 6 release. Oh, was that everything I ordered? Oh, yeah, it was. Pokemon, Coromon, Minimon, Minimon, Sunmon, Targetmon, Coromon X, Marcus Jackson, Evolution of Light, Sun Yuji. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that was. I don't know. Yeah, now I just need to order the Cyber Slash. I don't think I really have a few minutes. Pretty much I'm getting over it. I don't think I do. So, probably might just skip over the okay. Oh yeah, I'm being very indecisive about things because this is what I do. But I could just play this. It's just really good. Harpie lady. The Harpie for me. It was probably knocking down to like $8. Yeah, $8. Nice. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and get the Cyber Slash Harpie ladies. I'll probably see if I want any things. If I don't get it too long, when I go to Jensen's, then I'll probably just get it from like online. Oh, Gary has it. Gary probably. I need to submit my Cyber Slash Harpie ladies. Cyber Slash. Well, she's called Harpie Slash Slash. She's killing me. Where is it? Because like you can look up my supply. I'm trying to look at like actual people. That's what I forget how you can do it. The CC players work. You can look up YouTubers and like what is it? Dog photo. Oh no, not me. I'm looking for this. How do you do it? With the photo, this is GCB bar. It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh, this is Bridge Village. Bridge Village from Gen 5. Oh, that's such a good. I didn't get that credit. Oh, you can look up a previous order and it'll have the first and middle, right? Sorry guys, I'm so busy trying to like communicate with you guys. Yeah, I know, podcast. So anyway, so yeah, it was a whole lot of stuff that ended up going on with like my Pokemon journey. But I didn't even tell you guys that. Like my favorite Pokemon were my favorite Pokemon is Alakazam. My favorite Pokemon is Alakazam. My favorite generation is the mix between Generation 3 and Generation 5. I love the aesthetics of Gen 3. Like, I do. Like, forever will love Gen 3. But, Gen 3 has a lot of issues, and I'm not gonna lie. Gen 3 has a lot of issues. Then there was like, what was the whole thing with Gen 3? Like, because here's the thing with Gen 3, and I love Gen 3. I prefer Gen 5 more because there were a lot of issues with Gen 3. I don't care about the physical session split. That was never something that I admitted to saying this is like, I hate this. No, I didn't care too much about the physical session split. What I cared more so is I needed resources for Pokemon to evolve Pokemon. Because of how things were going with like how Pokemon stuff was situated, Gen 3 got it the worst because you were limited by HMT. Then on top of that, you had to breed fucking everything. And I mean everything needed to be bred. This is something that came from Generation 2, where new pools were really shitty, so you had to breed your Pokemon like fucking crazy in order to get Pokemon moved on to stuff. Like, for instance, in Generation 3, there were Pokemon you had to evolve that didn't learn moves unless they were in like their previous form. Oh shit, I'm trying to remember my damn set. Cause I should remember this, because I was the one that did this. And, this is all like, shit. So, yeah, in Gen... Oh, that's the shit. So, in Gen 3, there were certain Pokemon moves that you couldn't learn. You had to breed them from a Pokemon into a Pokemon. The reason, and I swear to God, you guys, I know this only for a fact. Because of the fact. What is the Okay, sorry. I'm having mouse issues. Anyway, so the reason I was pissed off about like the whole lineup, and I swear to God, you guys, I kid you not, this is why I'm not pissed. So, if you guys didn't already know, there were a lot of issues with the Gen 4, with the Gen 3 breeding system. Because it fixed what Gen 2 did, and then it just was like, why do you exist? So the issue is that when you try to evolve certain Pokemon don't learn moves in Gen 3 unless you breed. Like, you can't learn elemental punches unless you breed off of the Pokemon who know the elemental punches. There's only, outside of like the typical Electabuzz, Jinx, and Magmar, who respectively learn Jinx with Ice Punch, Magmar with Fire, and Electabuzz with Thunder Punch, Hitmonchan and our girl, Medicham were the only ones that can learn the elemental punches. They're exclusive to the respective games, and I believe Medicham can only learn the elemental punches through through Move Learner if you're already in a Generation 3 game. So that makes it harder. And it's just like, why do you make this difficult when it has to be? I'm just like, bitch, I had enough problems. I don't need more. And then I did. And I hated it. So yeah, I won't lie. And I was just like, I don't have to like these things. I don't. So yeah, like I had to breed a fuck ton of Pokemon just to move these over. And it was strenuous. I mean, you're lucky enough to have 2 different Pokemon and 2 different egg groups that can help you do it. So it wasn't too hard on that end, but also it was a bitch to do. And that's why a lot of people who played like the earlier Generation 4 games, like the earlier Gen 3 games, like you play Fire, Leaf Green, Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire, and if you play Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire, Leaf Green, it's a bitch to do it. And if my thing dying, it probably is dying. Oh, that's good. Gotta get this shit together. I gotta charge my mouse from my phone. Yeah, I'm not phone, from my own. I gotta charge my wireless, my wireless mouse from my wireless, from my phone. Shit, I didn't even click you. And there's no room. Hold on, like, I gotta. Okay. You can hear me now? Hide your ass. Damn. Ding. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff. Like, just looking at it, just like, yeah, like, I don't, like, I was bored. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was bored. It's like this shit on the bed. So, yeah. That's so. But anyway, yeah, so it was the whole lot of stuff. Like, holy fuck, Kimberly. Why do you do it? So, yeah, then, we went from Gen 3, and then we had, like, Gen 4 was fine. Gen 5 was okay. Like, I think I more so like Gen 5 more because of Black and White 2. So the reason why I say that is, no, it's not because of Cynthia. It wasn't the jump scare. I mean, that was part of it, but no. The reason why I didn't care too much for part 1 was only because of the fact that, like, I love what part 1 did, because it cut off the older Pokemon to post. Then it gave you the option of playing a lot of Pokemon to try to mitigate a lot of things you need. Like, you had a Pokemon to help you with everything. A Pokemon to fit into the landscape of Pikachu. Which, yeah, my issue, and I swear to God, I swear to God, this is my issue. Because, oh my God, why were there so many good options? There were so many good options. And I know, that was like the pettiest thing. It's like, no, I really did enjoy that. That was one of the issues that I had with this. It's like, I only have 5 slots. There's so many good Pokemon. And I was pissed because I couldn't really take advantage of it because they were so limited to your 6 Pokemon. And luckily, you didn't have to have HM Slave. They completely cut that out of Gen 5. I can never say cut that in Gen 6 too. But yeah, they cut out a lot of the need for HM Slave in Gen 5. So, like, you didn't need someone to surf, you didn't need someone to, I mean, you needed someone to fly, but you didn't need, surf, rock, chew, and all of that to, like, you had to go to, like, optional things in case you were doing HM Slave. Sorry, your HM user, sorry, have to be considered that autonomous slave. Because that's what we call them, we call them HM Slave. You kids gotta understand, us older gym folk, as we call them, that was my HM slave. That was what, I made them do my bidding. I'm not really. I think the worst of it was Gym 4. Like, outside of, like, Hard Gold, Soul Silver, like, I love Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, but, oh God, Mount Sin, yeah, Mount Coronet, Kingdom Buckets, hard in games. Like, I hated Mount Coronet, and it was so irritating to navigate. So you guys don't know how irritating it was? Like, it's not, like, let me explain this to you guys, like, 100%. If you've ever played the original Pokemon game, you ever played, hold on one second. Okay, I have to raise my music up like my sister started to play the role. So now I was started to play music. I was gonna play like mix stuff around. So I did have that. It's like you're being actual funny. Headphones, not speaker. Anyway, so yeah, originally people were burning out. Simply because everyone was tired of I was just like, that is not going to be fixed. Really not really changing for basically gave us the budget to add to the Pokemon to become a Pokemon, which I personally was like. My only issue with it at that point was just, oh, we're really doing this. Okay, yes. But it was just like my issue with it at that point was just like, okay, I have to deal with this eventually by going to different Pokemon to use HPJ. That was a little issue of the generation because you have to kill at least 2 kill users so that you can get through that problem. If you do have a problem with Mount Coronet, that was literally the reason why I had to go with Mount Coronet because I did have a way around Mount Coronet. Unless I went to an HM user. And luckily I had 2 HM users because I had to use one for water, Waterfall, Surf, and Waterfall and Surf. The other was using Waterfall and Surf, Strength Cut, Hitting Dive, Rock Climb. Oh god, Rock Climb. Oh my god. Let's talk about Rock Climb. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most useless HM moves, and I swear, listen, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. That was so stupid, what they did with Rock Climb. So, Rock Climb is a normal type of physical attacking move that, it has a chance of confusing the opponent, I believe, by making moves, but she's like 30% kill on the side. The issue that I have with this move is, yes, it's a rock move. It says Rock Climb, but it's really a normal type move. You're using it to climb up ledges or areas where there's these dotted climbs. That wasn't the issue. The issue is that they're all over Mount Coronet. They're literally everywhere on Mount Coronet. So once you beat, I think you have to beat Candace before going to City Gym Leader. Then you have to go to basically every area in the game that had Rock Climb. That was 90% of the damn areas that you had to climb up to get through Mount Coronet. No, I'm not even exaggerating. It's legit. You have to do that to get through Mount Coronet. And they did not make a lot of it easy because you have to combine rock climb, rock smash, dig. So it's just like, why? Why is this a thing? So, mind you, you're doing all of this just to get through it. And, just to let you know, yes, you have to do this when you actually eat. You have to do it for that. It was black belt, you have to do it. It's just, I legitimately, this is so frustrating with, what they were doing. I can't do that. Like, pick the back up and cover that. I didn't know fun with it anymore, but I did actually have to do the game itself. I legitimately did. I was so into what our generation could take because there was just so much out of it. Because of what you have to put up with for the cancer stuff. I mean, for the kids, for the gyms. So after the generation 4, I guess I said, they didn't have rock climb. What they did with rock climb at that point was rock climb became a side move. No, it was in the game, but you got it posted. Like, now maybe was just beat all the cancer enemies and got more badges, and that was how you were able to get the first I would give you one. There's only a few areas that have rock climb, and you need rock climb in order for you to be able to red. Once you get to red, you can battle red, and your battle red's team is still the same level as it was in Pokemon Virtual Crystal. Although they try to make it easier to train, like your Pokemon will be on the shoe, and the gym roommates, it's still not an easy cakewalk because you still have to like train your Pokemon to reach level 90. This is how it's Pokemon is level 85. You're 85 or 90. I want to say this between Blastoise, Charizard, either Blastoise or Charizard. I think it's Charizard or Blastoise. And I think it's one of the two. So yeah, it was a lot with that. I ever beaten Red once, and I never did it again. I love Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. That was just too much. I think when I live streamed, I just emulated Rare Candy Glitch, and it took on Rare Candy. I just had a super team that was able to take them on, but they took it. So I mean, at that point, Fight Ball was Emo Pikachu, but we didn't have one tackle. In Gen 3, no, Gen 2, so that light ball is just, we just did Pikachu's Thunder. Really moving more resistant, because I don't think what the Thunder was useful, and that was kind of good. So yeah, I don't know what the Thunder was actually used for at that point. How accurate the Thunder was, so that way there's no issues with background noise, because some people get that. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that I'm trying to bring up with them is basically just that here's that, we'll try to figure it out situation. So hopefully, but yeah, I was not too good with no format. Going back to it and really not in Shining Pearl was a little easy until I remember I needed my loading. And I hated the process trying to get my loading. I don't know how to get my loading. My loading in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is a mess. Hassle to get. So, to get it, you have to go through that part now. Yeah, I'm just not doing this is practice. You also want to put enough space for cards on your way going to Starbucks City. There's an area in the game in which you have to surf on water. Go all over top of it. Whichever one just will be the one that raises, lowers your attack or raises your special defense. The one that raises your physical defense and lowers your physical attack. Basically, you want the ones that lower your physical attack, but buff all of your attack. So, because of that, that way they will fluctuate on all the stuff you use to focus on when it comes to training like for me, honestly, I just like I just want to be able to I mean I want to go by letting focus me. Even though firing is not too far off or because if you just how you got that once you get to start once you get all to once you get all the focus and you understand that you know that's the ability to do that so you gotta just what's that and then after that, he gives you the diving scope. You can take the diving scope, you can just keep going forward to Lily Cove. Once you get to Lily Cove, you can set up a teleport. And you can teleport Lily Cove over back into, from wherever you are, you can just travel back to Lily Cove, or you can stay in Lily Cove. The ocean that's there, you can use that ocean to farm for your start. The start you. One thing is you have to put water. You try to start you over the fire with green. Aren't there any other things that aren't the ingredients? Because to get the shards, you have to get shards in order to get the water. And you kill treasure. He's right off Boston City. And he's like, I need to take the shards. So fire and stone, you got red shards. For the yellow shards gave you thunder stones. The blue shards gave you water stones. And the leaf stone was green shards. So that's what you need to do to get your particular shards. For your Pokemon evolution. There were evolution stones laying around, that always works. But a lot of people did farm for them. Or they were to fire when it came out and straight to go over. But even then, that was a hassle because that was post-game stuff. For post-game, it's just don't like but yeah, that went to Sandy Island. And you quest that shows you down to Pokemon Island. And then once you get the quest, then you go to that trade with Pokemon. You tell you things, hurry. You can tell take a Pokemon. Yeah, I was saying, you can trade Pokemon over from those games and you're using someone else's fire. But I told this Pokemon can I be able to look at you game or do it. Fuck you game. I mean you would do it. I fuck you guys. You didn't do it. Bullshit. That's also right. So, yeah, at around time, within the races, 35, in the 5 at the game. Gen 6, with issues. I was able to skip Gen 2. Hold on, let me go back to Gen 2 before we go to Gen 6. Gen 2, my issue with Gen 2 was level curve, and then red. Everything else was pretty much fine. You can go different areas, look Pokemon, and all of that, but it's just like level curves to sort of look like. Alright, I won't battle. I'm not gonna battle you yet, Jack, even though I can act like that. And then I'm gonna go battle Titan, even though I can act to battle Titan as myself in real life because of the game. But like Titan, that was still level. Then we have that state on price. After you've gone through everything shit. That's what I'm gonna do. Because once you get everything city and you beat more, you get shot. You can go to the right, to Mahogany, or we go to the left and go to Olive. From Olive, it's going to take off Jasmine right away. But the reason why it takes off Jasmine right away is because Jasmine was taking care of her DJ Junior, and there was a 6 approach that I was trying to approach. And the approach is 6. And she's going to go to Single City, but she's asking for the approach. I hope they get better than that approach they had beat the shit with the court happening. And it's a small little thing, but it's completely worth it. Yeah, but you hear about that. And it's like life is the one who beats you fly. Once you can beat Chuck. So you can tell you, she's like, oh, I have a question for you, but you need to beat Chuck. Right, that's right. And give Jack the better thing. Don't worry, I know it's also where they feel like putting an elevator and the elevator came from that. And that's what it's good. But yeah. And then Jack the gentleman and his old lady and her Jane. But they won't bow it. Well, thank you. Well, and how will those over? Well, thank you for rescuing Anthony, the Black House. The actual that was his life. And that who was its wife, I heard like a 35 billion. I heard you name her. So, I personally will say this. I love the game to get that good things. But also, wow, she needs more shit. For a game that tradition in this new time, we don't have a lot of representation for it. And they put the game to the good. Like a Batman Fairy type Pokemon that were always converted from normal 2K to something real type. But then we started Fairy until like. But then, I don't mind that. I always did that was. Maybe we don't even put it on the high system. There's a lot of like nutrients. Maybe it will only be an issue. And that's what we would go. What we want to take 778 of also outside. The low mixes. The hunger is last very good. Is it a real thing or game? I pick your play. Prices I say are too hard to go through. I was smart to move on. And is there any way I can hurt the video? The longer the time. I will agree that you think about it more. Because in game, there's giants and lappers. Those things are there. How about the feel? I see that. Why? And they lost his I know it's both game. The other members. And that's good. And then I was trying to let's go more like this. Just like this. I think that's like so I think the videos and I'm doing on the hill. And I took the spirit of to hit like a truck. Player is player. Like, the thing about player is that dragon of a 6 is to pick up. That's the issue with the Irish game. I see the Irish game A. So, I know some people that I think I like the kids. I kind of kids. I look for the films. And I rock out with kids. Look like it's doing but I don't even care about the issue. Good. Player. Okay, Indra. I thought it was like something else. Okay, I already feel it. And yeah, it would be Irish kids. But Indra is a ice kids. It's at water. And then the dragon type that's the great. So for big four, which is going to help the gate water. We have the grass and fire. And electric is a brain that and will be the fire. And then you see where we go. Now, I don't remember that when he first got Karen was like this because she doesn't have any beginning with dark types. Because I'm not to my friend. Everyone will go home, you'll find people in the night, and people in the dark types. That's why I said Vanguard. I forgot about how she has 3 dark types. Album, they're called Outlaws. They get called Arrival, and then Outlaw, and then her Arrival, because they currently in 6. Because Arrival is poison grass, poison is weak, poison is a weakness, it's a berry. So smart thing in there, Vanguard is plus poison. And Vanguard is something that you guys don't want to, go into dark because it does. I look at that there, but I was like, who is you people talking over here doing? I think you want to do what you don't want to post there. But can't go, when you're looking out for the good, but can't go with you. So you gotta be careful. And then they change their face from Biopoint's Blossom. Because everyone that you do this in the series, that this their face is changed. Because so many Biopoints in the blueberries, in blue, yellow, they make it green. But purple, in 2, for blocking. Back to Biopoint, in 3. Back to Blossom, in 4. They make it for Kangaroo, in 5. And it's like, they make it from and then they even make it dinosaur. And, let's say you do this, why not make it? Which I didn't do it about them. I don't think that's my own reason. I was like, yeah, no, but it's over 5 let's see, I don't even think I've heard of that. I don't even get rid of those that they got up machines. It's really good. Like 3 billion calories. Especially with my evolution. other thing we can't get work on. We have a lower Pokemon. I always do that for North Carolina. We do it. I did send us for Pokemon to help Jimmy with it out, so they want to just run by Bearcats teams. I didn't want to give them that. When the son became like that, because they finally did give them. I thought that was cool. Hold up. Then we just walking the whole month in the soccer bar. And losing Golbat into pool. How do you guys ever go? I don't know. No, I can really do that in your mind. Over yellow description. You know, you try to say food, you could have done a little better. That's just me. You could have done a little better. Just considering how high you go for let's go eat. Like, without any calories, pretty easily you could easily put in some of the it's to put out for like bones. It would be called Gen 6, I didn't really care for Mega Evolution. I think my favorite Pokemon out of Gen 6 was most likely Sylveon, just for reasons. And it was just like, outside of that, I don't want to be Gen 6. Like, I love the Gen 6. I like that one. It's great. It's just a whole lot. You know, it's not this. It's just like, oh, you know, see what you got to do as a champion? They didn't make sure. They didn't make sure. They didn't make sure. They didn't you got a lot better. But I feel like Diaphragm's still Keto is Keto's first time versus Diaphragm's first time. But like that, it's one match. When I think what you can check, I would bring you for my girl. That's all I can see irons to get. And you know, he's like, well, why am I really here? Because I need to get ready for you know, I got my stuff to do. He's like, you're here to face the champion. He's like, are you the champion? It's like, no, Iris is out to the champion. And she's trained her actions to access her access beast of a Pokemon. I love that little guy. And the actually is one of my favorites. The vanilla slime, Patchy's line. I love me some Christmas notes. The bug. Oh my god, those are so awesome. And oh my god, the Vanny Smoky bosses. I love me some Silvergriff. Ridiculous and Gothitelle gods. Crocodile. Oh yeah, Crocodile. Oh my god, I love Crocodile. Yes, definitely a member of the team. Let's see. Who else? I'm trying to think It's Jolton, Gargantua, Cuties. I love them. Overlap was a beast. Shout outs to Restaurants and Kira. Awesome legends. They're some amazing legends. Tracheon, Virizion, Napoleon, and Moses for Justice. The little guy. Keldeo, love him. Zoroark, awesome. Zora, cute. Chinchino, Minchino, Brothers. Because that range is just Pokemon. Oh, Shabdala. Find me some Shabdala. Oh my god, I love that Pokemon. I love that stuff. Oh, it's so worth it getting it up to like 30. And then you go out and get Chandelier, American Aid, obviously. Fire Ghost out from Gen 5. Love it. Those fire. And then its Japanese name is Shandala. Because it's also being shared with the Mandala. Which is something. So they changed it to a little bit more of a name. That's why it's called the Shandala. It's just a name. Shandala. But it's really just called Shandala. It's just left. It's just sort of the same. There's so many people I love this Koala, Dragon 3 and 5. Gen 6 was okay. Alola, but I hate Alola. I really didn't hate Alola. But I can't find a negative about Alola to hate. I really can't. And I love the topics. I love the topics. They were really Child Captains, went into like the whole people. This is a movie that's really first like child, but yeah, Hot, no, Hal, I'm sorry, Hal, the rival, the friendly rival. Okay, I like Hot more, but I like Hot more when they didn't do the depression thing. Then, Gladion, aka Silver to Cordell, I didn't care too much for Gladion. Lillian getting that fucking bag, baby. That's just like what it was. I didn't really have too many issues with that because I think Lily's development was great. And I loved how they started giving Lily Pokemon. I like how she was giving Pokemon anime. She went for Snowy. And they gave her a Clefairy. Yeah, they gave her a Clefairy in the game. I didn't even give her a Clefairy in anime. Or like in the Odyssey. And she had her little her toy doll. Magearna, the steel fairy, yeah, Magearna, they talk about her too. Her essence is for it. I think that's really cool, especially with help with this part. Moving on, it's by her husband touched her. He was alive, but for another story. And oh my god, let's talk about Lucamine. Let's talk about Molly Lucamine, the first female antagonist of the Pokemon series. And damn, did they finally do it. And I feel like, in my opinion, I don't like how they changed it to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I feel like it should have been like, you go through your plot and stuff, and you find out Lucamine is capturing, trying to find the Ultra Moon because she's trying to find it. And you go into the thing of the crossnut is the reason why her husband is missing. Like, this Pokemon is equal. And then you have the Ultra Defense Squad who they're coming in to help you see her husband. And they're trying to get down the crossnut. So you all have to take the role, even though your role is only when we were together, you just didn't get over what's coming. Like that shit would happen like that. And she was angry at him. And I was until for it. I didn't know that like later on. But I love the fact that they introduced her. I love how they introduced her. She's a story. She's cleaning for Olivia, just, it's a little, with mommy's age. And, they start running these, rapidly cute or monstrous teams where you never really check their age. It's cutesy, and then it's just like, no, why more? Do you play? And it's really nice to see a lot of that. With the kids, with the diversity, it's like, here's a big, like, here's these strong female characters, and here's one using elegant Pokemon, who's able to have skills, like, for everyone, there's a thorn, everyone is like her, she's elegant to it, but she has her thorns, don't cross her. And then you have Olivia, who's just like, bitch, try me, catch these hands, cardboard, and she had that really strong abilities. It is what it is. Generation 8 Alpha Black. That's tables, and then like the main goal was you become champion of the league. I did like how they were writing I love it how think that I mean, what did they say about yours? I love it. Hopeful, dirty, melody, if I was you later, it was like, yeah, that was Yes, sir. Never forget our black queen. Yes, sir. We have gorgeous, right? Queen, yes, sir. Everything, awesome guy. Very, very much. Just like how we got some set up right in Ryan and some becoming the best that I like that we should be doing although I don't have this power with her grandmother, I feel like I was very happy and we get of how big these cameras are. I don't care if was it sugar and sulfur, like that could even be better than in anything that was the sugar just has exactly the that's cool it's just a nice kind of sometimes there's bugs. There's like that or just anything that kind of gloves. I did like the practice at the end of the spoilers for your friend's father, mother, the other ones that the tires that played in the Paradise Pokemon. They got stopped and they have like all these master balls, different Pokemon that's trying to see this. I think I got our tips on that. What's these big stuff that people are gathering, like looking at my friends. And then possess, I feel like I said. And then keep it going. But, I don't have much for me to give you just better. Yeah. This way, something. Yeah, I didn't really see one just like this before generation, generation. moves of next. Yeah, but then that's just really good job. So everyone do this, let's just like this, points, but that's it. Now this 14-2, it's good. Wow, that's good. But yeah, I have to like good. I'll probably just do like a background with just consideration to talk about like the consideration. With the special sector. And I think that'll be pretty hard. Yeah, that's just like it's like code. I do. And with the big things, I just like you know, 5 million so I'm gonna be alive for generations 7, 8, and 9 because that's how some start mobile games. And I'll go do additional new shit. Okay. Yeah, obviously good. Well, figure how the weapons work out. This is so with that said, we're going to power this. There's almost which is kind of what they do. So if the music got louder of your power drive the song, it's up to the speaker. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to figure out I did try to drown in the music to try to drown out everything, so hopefully that helps out. Other than that, I mean, it's really pretty much just wrap it up. So, session 3, double session 2, and then session 4, 5, and 6, or whatever I have on the full Evergreen channel. If you guys haven't checked that out, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I love it that you guys want to listen to this podcast. But hopefully, you know, we'll next time. So with that said, thanks everyone for watching. So I make sure and subscribe to the channel and see, you get the notification bell to be informed when I upload my content to our channel. That's actually really nice. So make sure you got vlogs. You guys are going to catch this podcast. So make sure that I'll upload it. With that said, thanks everyone for watching. Peace be good.